So every time after I give birth to my kids, the meal that I have to have after literally pushing them out is a turkey sandwich. It's always a turkey sandwich. And I know you're probably wondering, a turkey sandwich? That does not sound exotic. Well, that's because I couldn't have it for 10 months. And I had to have this food that I was not supposed to eat during pregnancy. Today, we're going to talk about all the foods that are safe to eat during pregnancy and what to avoid completely. Let's get into it. So in pregnancy, there's a lot of things happening, right? You're creating this beautiful life. And during this time, your body is not at its strongest. So the immune system is not at its strongest. So that makes it easier for a woman to get sicker. And some foods can cause a woman to have bacteria that can affect your health, meaning you have foodborne illnesses, as in you're throwing up, you're vomiting, you have diarrhea. And the bacteria and the toxins in these foods can actually cause baby to have birth defects, growth defects. It can cause miscarriage. It can cause preterm labor. So there are lots of things that these foods can cause. So that's why we really have to be careful in what we're eating during pregnancy. So I'm just going to break that down in this video. Okay, so first we're going to start off with meat. I'm talking about your chicken, your turkey, your beef, your veal, your pork. You want to make sure that this is a time where your meats are well cooked. So no medium rare, no side of pink at all. Meat can harbor toxoplasma, listeria, salmonella, which can cause babies to have, again, the birth defects. It can cause miscarriage. It can cause preterm labor. It can cause severe infections that can affect you and can also affect baby. So we want to make sure that your meats are well done. And this is the time that you should definitely get thermometers for food, right? And you want to make sure that your meats, 165 Fahrenheit is a safe place. It is good for both the red meat and the poultry as well. So you want to make sure that you're cooking your food. And when you slide it into the meat, it's saying 165 Fahrenheit, then you're good to go. You can take that meat out, let it sit out for a few minutes, and then enjoy your food. So next is unpasteurized dairy and soft cheeses. So quickly, unpasteurized milk is pretty much milk that comes straight from the cow. They didn't heat it up. They didn't do anything to it. It just came straight from the cow, and then they turned it into whatever dairy product they wanted to turn it into. So you want to make sure that you're staying away from cheeses that are made from raw milk. So soft cheeses such as like brie, I think it's camembert. I'm not a big cheese person, so let me read up some of this. Queso fresco, blue veal cheeses. So those are the kind of cheeses that carry listeria, which once again is very harmful for baby. And if you want these soft cheeses, what you can consider to do is heat it up until it is steaming hot. So the thing is, heat kills bacteria. So heating it up until it is completely hot and you can see the steam from this cheese can help kill off that bacteria. Or you can just stick to pasteurized dairy for right now. That is probably going to be the safest thing to do. And honestly, you can still stick to pasteurized dairy and still heat it up to be on the extra precautious side. Okay, so next is high mercury fishes. So you want to avoid these fishes altogether, okay? Now, mercury is especially dangerous for baby's brain, and it can cause brain damage for baby. So you want to completely avoid this altogether. So a list of these fishes are shark, king mackerel, marlin, swordfish, orange roughy, tilefish from Gulf of Mexico, big-eye tuna. Other kinds of tuna are acceptable. So you want to stay away from these foods altogether. So in the meantime, make sure that you're opting for fish that are low in mercury and high in omega-3s, which are great for baby's development. All right. So your salmon, your catfish, your other source tuna, not the big-eye tuna. Those are safe to eat during pregnancy. And again, you just want to do not as much, 2 to 3 servings in a week. Okay, so next is your eggs. Now, you want to make sure that you're cooking your eggs. Just make sure that you're sticking to scrambled eggs. No over easy, no sunny side up right now. Make sure that your eggs are well cooked because eggs can contain salmonella. Salmonella can cause food poisoning, which once again can cause issues with you and baby that we must avoid during this time. So just stick to your scrambled eggs during this time. So make sure that you're also buying pasture-raised eggs. All right. So in the grocery stores, the labels will say pasture-raised eggs. So make sure that you're also buying those as well. And then staying away from raw cookie dough, staying away from homemade eggnog, staying away from Caesar dressings because a lot of these contain raw egg. So you want to make sure that you, once again, are only consuming egg that has been thoroughly cooked. Next is unpasteurized juices and ciders, right? So your apple cider vinegar. You want to make sure that you're staying away from that right now, right? You want to opt for juices that are pasteurized, meaning that they have been heated after taken out from the fruit item, right? So unpasteurized orange juice is one of my favorite. I absolutely love unpasteurized orange juice. So if you must have that, what you should do is come home and heat it up to kill the bacteria. But for now, the best and safest bet is to stick to pasteurized juices and ciders. Okay, so we talked about seafood that must be cut away altogether. Now we're going to talk about how to cook your seafood. So you want to make sure that you are staying away from raw or undercooked seafood. All right. So your sushis, your sashimi, your ceviche, you want to make sure that you're sticking to foods that are cooked. And the reason is because, again, each of these contain different bacterias. So the bacteria in meat is different from the bacteria that fish can carry. And fish carry norovirus, carry bacteria such as Vibrio. All right. And these are, again, very dangerous for the baby. So you want to make sure that your fishes are fully cooked until it's 145 degrees Fahrenheit. You see that the skin is easy to peel off. The skin is not transparent, as in you can't see through it. So you want to make sure that your fish are fully well cooked to kill off any of these bacterias. And then there's the debate of, should you be washing your fish? Should you be washing your meat? Research says this, research says that. I will wash my meat. I will wash my meat. But once I wash my meat, I make sure that I take a Clorox wipe and I wipe the surfaces that the meat and the fish touch. So that's what you want to make sure that you do. Okay, so next we're going to talk about foods that you can eat, right? So we're going to start off with my favorite, fruits and vegetables. Your fruits and vegetables are especially very important for baby's development, for baby's brain, baby's heart, baby's lungs, baby's everything, right? So it's very important for you to load up on your fruits and vegetables. Now, we talk a lot about taking your supplements, right? Talk about taking folic acid. It helps to prevent neural tube defects. It helps to fully develop baby spine. Now, foods like kale and spinach are high in folate, right? So they're high in this folic acid. So now you're doing a double thing. You're taking the supplements, you're eating the food, you're doing all of the things. You're just well-rounded mama. So making sure that you are eating these healthy nutrients that are full in vitamins, full in antioxidants, great minerals, fiber, all of the things really just helps with baby's development altogether. So this is the thing that you must load up on every meal as much as you can. And then the most important thing is make sure that you're washing your fruits and vegetables before consuming them, right? I talked about vinegar. Vinegar is great to kill off bacteria, but water is enough. So just make sure that you're washing your vegetables and you're washing your fruits thoroughly before consuming them. And then, for an added bonus for your vegetables, heat them up to kill off any bacteria that can possibly be on them. Okay, so next is your lean protein. Now, proteins are your building blocks. Proteins literally build, and you're building right now. Literally, you're building a beautiful baby. So you need your lean proteins. You need your lean chicken, your poultry, your turkey, tofu, beans, because those contain protein as well. You want to make sure that you are having those on your plates, as it can help with babies building, quite literally. Okay, so next are whole grains. So whole grains are your oatmeals, your brown rice, your quinoa, your whole wheat breads, right? So these are great for your gut. They're a great fiber source, and we know that fiber is literally connected to your overall well-being, which will also push to your baby, right? So if you're healthy, then baby's also getting the best nutrients, right? So make sure that you're loading up on this fiber. It's very good for baby's development overall, and also for your health as well. So next are healthy fats. Fats are very important, as we're knowing. So healthy fats that are in nuts, that are in seeds, that olive oil, your avocados, those are great healthy fat options. They're really good for babies' brain and eye development. The common theme here is baby's brain development, brain development. All right. So make sure that you are loading up on healthy fats for baby. Okay, so we just talked about all macronutrients. So we talked about our healthy fats, our proteins, our whole grains. So making sure that you are loading your plate with all of these per meal is how you can get the best balanced diet. So per meal, look at your plate and try your best to add each of these to your plate. That gives you the best bet for keeping you and baby safe. And then a quick recap, right? So we are making sure that we are avoiding unpasteurized milk, unpasteurized products, juices, things like that, things that come straight from the source without being heated, making sure that we are sticking to cooked meat and cooked safe fishes, staying away from high mercury fishes, and instead focus on your fruits, your vegetables, your lean protein. It's important for you to make these mindful food choices right now. Remember, it's just a short period of time, and then after you can go back to eating what your heart desires. I wish you all the best during this time in your pregnancy journey. Comment down below if you have any cravings, any things that you wish you can eat, and you want to find a safe alternative and how to do so. Comment down below so that we can discuss that together. And if this was helpful to you, subscribe and like for more on women's health. Thank you so very much for watching. You take care of yourself. I'll see you next time. Bye.